Good morning, ninjas. Welcome to Princess Ninja and Keto. My name is Melanie. Welcome to the sunshiny state of Florida. Welcome to my home where it is like 70 degrees at 6:05 a.m. I'm leaving for work in just a few minutes. I woke up feeling a little bit better today. However, it's gloomy, it's rainy, it's just and we've got a tropical storm or hurricane headed towards the southern Gulf Coast. And you guys know I live in Florida because I just said welcome to the sunshiny state of Florida, where it's actually not really sunshiny at all. Anyway, so we've got some bad weather expected this weekend. Not going to be horrible unless, of course, the hurricane changes directions and hits us. But it's not supposed to be horrible here. We're just supposed to get a ton of rain. I am down 1.3 pounds of water weight this morning. I'm holding on to water weight, guys, and I'm frustrated, but I don't know why I'm holding on to water weight. I suspect it's because, number one, I'm working out. Number two, I suspect that it has something to do with the lack of sleep. And number three, it probably has to do with me significantly increasing my sodium over the last week. And of course, going back to my regular work hours and the 40-minute commute to work, which is now cut 30 to 40 minutes into my sleep. So I'm getting less sleep. I'm physically exerting myself more, trying to build some muscle so that I can tone some of the flabby areas of my body, put some muscle to replace where the fat used to live, and just look, have a more beautiful sculpt. You know what I'm saying? I want to be sculpted. I don't want to be like muscle bound or anything like that. That's not my thing. But I want to be sculpted. I want to have those beautiful cut arms. I want to have those beautiful cut thighs. I want, when people look at my body, I have body goals. So, and I believe that I can achieve it. Right now in my life, though, I'm being patient. I'm being kind to myself. And I'm spending a lot of time in prayer because I have had a lot of emotional stuff happen to me the last couple weeks. And having a little bit of a OCD and living with chronic anxiety, a lot of times what happens is when I have chaos, any kind of chaos whatsoever in my life, I tend to start grabbing for everything chaotic and throwing it into one bowl of soup and eating it all at once. So instead of just being, I'm sad because this person really just kind of hurt my heart, I start thinking, and then this is going wrong, and this is going wrong, and this is going, and I build myself up into this frantic state of chaos. I do that to myself. And I'm not making up the crazy things that are happening in my life, but I just tend to hyper focus and laser focus on all the craziness. And I forget to just take a moment of rest and say, God, I know that you're doing this. This is all for I know there's a plan. I know there's a point B somewhere in point A. And I'm just going to live through this point A. I'm going to pray through this point A. And I am going to bless this point A because, there's a lot of people that don't even get a chance to go from A to B. Their A's are ended very early in life. All right, guys, here's my lunch today. This is not Zip Fizz. I can't drink that stuff because of the sweetener in it. This is an Ultima Raspberry Replenisher with 1 drop of Keto Chow electrolyte drinks. I am not an affiliate of Keto Chow. I just use them for electrolyte drinks. That's all. I take regular water and make it smart water, basically. All right, I've got a 2 Good yogurt. I've got 1.5 eggs that I deviled. I made like a potato salad kind of thing going without the potatoes. And then I've got smoked salmon with cream cheese and just regular turkey breast. But because I know that I'm going to be working in the field all day, I'm going to be walking in and out of my vehicle, I wanted to bring a couple hundred extra calories just in case. So it kind of keeps me from stopping at the store and grabbing something from a store. And I know that I'm eating something clean. I'm eating something keto, and that is just sardines and tomato sauce. This is actually very good. I really, really like these. Now, normally I cannot eat tomatoes, but like I said, I scrape as much of the sauce off as I can. This is 0 carbohydrates for the entire container. It's 170 calories, 27 grams of protein, 7 grams of fat. So that is my lunch today. All right, guys, instead of showing you my dinner on my plate, I'm going to show you in the stovetop in the pan. So I have some 3-ounce chicken, skinless, boneless chicken breasts that I heat up coconut oil. It's organic coconut oil. I add 2 tablespoons of bacon bits, and when the oil is nice and hot, I pat dry each individual chicken breast. I coat it with salt, pepper, and adobo seasoning. Then I sear it on each side. About 10 minutes before it's done, I sprinkle it with a little more bacon bits, some shredded cheese, and then of course my husband doesn't like mushrooms, but I do, so I'm heating up some mushrooms. And then for the final touch to this dish, for my husband, I make him a honey mustard using actual honey, and for myself, I prefer a little bit spicier, so I do a Dijon mustard, mayonnaise, and 3 or 4 drops of Lakanto monk fruit. And then when the chicken is all done, I will use this like a sauce over the top of the chicken. All right, guys, and this is what the finished dish looks like. Bon appetit! Okay, I know you really prefer the whiteboard, but I have been so super busy and trying to get things organized in my life. So here are my macros today. I nailed it. My calorie goal is 1,500. My protein goal is 120. My carbohydrate is 15 or less. And my fat grams are 100 or under. So I nailed it today. Guys, welcome to my commitment to fitness. I'm sorry this is going to be another topic-less video when it comes to keto. So real quick, let me update you on some things. I think anytime you lose someone in your life, whether it be by death is a lot harder, or whether it be a fight and someone turns their back and walks out, or you break up with a boyfriend or a best friend that you've been best friends with for years, all of a sudden ups and moves, or a coworker that you've worked with for 20 years retires. You feel grief. It's not on the same level as losing someone permanently, but you feel grief. And grieving, as all of you know, has stages. I went from being pissed off and angry to being very sad and overwhelmed. And after I extended several apologies, I had hope. I thought to myself, there's no way this person over one fight is going to just throw away our entire relationship. And then I started realizing they wanted to throw it away. If one fight determines how you feel about an 7-year relationship, if they didn't intentionally hurt you, if they didn't intentionally betray you, and you throw that away, then that means that you were looking for a reason. You were looking for a reason to walk out. And I had to kind of justify all the pain that way. And I'm moving forward. But the reason I'm sharing all of this with you is I hope that you can see, look, Melanie is doing this without binging. Melanie is doing this without punishing myself. I'm doing this without saying negative things and bad things to myself. I'm doing this without apologizing for everything that's wrong in the world. And these are all sick, twisted behaviors that I have displayed in the past that has caused me to be such an emotional wreck. But I'm leaning harder on God, and I'm leaning harder on all of His promises, and I'm just letting myself go through this grieving and letting go process. And to be honest with you, right now I'm kind of in a stage where I'm feeling a bit numb. But I just every morning I wake up and I ask God, please, I'm sorry. I have been ungrateful, and I'm trying to be grateful. And I'm trying to get myself into a place where I feel joy because, you know, I have so much to be joyful for, and it's selfish. And I mean, think about it as a parent. From a parental perspective, if you gave your child everything they ever needed, you always provided a roof to live, they always had a room, you made sure they had nice clothes and nice shoes, and you took them to fun places, and you bought them that iPhone, and you did all of these things for them, and then that child all of a sudden one day says, you don't care about me, you haven't done anything for me, right? I imagine that God feels that way about us. He's looking down and he's like, I've given you this planet. I've given you loved ones. I've given you the means. I've given you the talents and the gifts. Whether you've decided to use them or not, that's another thing. I've given you all of this. I've given you scripture. I've given the Bible. And I've given my own blood so that you could have eternal lasting life in the kingdom of heaven with me. And here you are moping. You're moping because one thing went wrong. So I try to imagine being a parent and having a child tell me, I don't love you, you never buy me anything, you never do anything for me. And I try to think, I guess that's how God's probably feeling about me right now. And I can laugh about it. Because I talk to God like he's a real person, even though I know he's not. And I know I'm not even worthy of talking to him except for with Jesus. So there's that. But anyway, I have decided that I'm going to do some pampering to celebrate my 150 days without a binge. I am talking to a girl that has opened up a business not far from here. It's in another town, but it's not far from here, about a half-hour drive, called the Blade Bar. Blade, B-L-A-D-E. She does the eyebrow blading. She does the dermablading, or dermaplaning, they call it. She is an esthetician. I can't say it. She's someone that is certified in skincare, so she can do facials, manicures, pedicures, all that. And I'm talking to her about getting some dermaplaning done, possibly microdermabrasion. I want to go do the DEXA scan, but right now I have other medical things that need to take priority off of that expenditure because that's going to be out of my own pocket. So that's not something that's covered by insurance. So this year, because I turned 50, I have to have a colonoscopy. I'll be having my very first colonoscopy. I have a doctor's appointment with my general practitioner next Wednesday to take a look at that ever-growing lump or nodule in my ankle. It's getting more and more painful. It's growing. It's definitely causing me discomfort now. Not when I walk, but when I sit and my legs hang, I feel like a throbbing in my foot, kind of like a toothache. And then, of course, if I move it the wrong way, it's excruciating. So I'm going to have, somebody told me it looks like a ganglion cyst. I think that's what they call it, a ganglion cyst. I don't know if I'm saying that right. But anyway, I need to get it checked out. But while I'm there, I'm going to go ahead and schedule my mammogram this year. And I'm going to schedule a colonoscopy, whether it be the mail-in colonoscopy or it be the full ritual colonoscopy since it's my first. I don't know what he's going to order for me, so 2 fun procedures. But anyway, I have to make my deductible for the year, so I got to worry about doing that right now. Anyway, that's all I got for you today. I had a really amazing keto day. I made all of my goals. I did really well on my goals. I am super proud of myself. I'm approaching 160 days binge free. I've only had 2 non-keto cheats for 2020 and 1 keto cheat for 2020. So I'm feeling pretty good. I'm sticking to all of my goals. Of course, I've only had to do it 4 days now. Today, I did some wall push-ups. I did some arm stretches. It's all about strengthening the arms. I'm not necessarily going to do the same exercises each time I do it. I've just committed to do squats 3 days a week and do an upper body 3 days a week. And that might be a plank. That might be wall push-ups. That might be dumbbells. That might be just some yoga, whatever, Pilates. But I'm going to work the upper body 3 days and the lower body 3 days. That's all I got for you today. That's all I've got. I love you guys so much. Thanks for standing by and supporting me in this time where I'm really not putting out that great of content. But I'm here. I'm here. And this is my daily vlog. So I'll see you tomorrow with another daily vlog. Good night. Sleep tight. And don't let the bed bugs bite.